What happens in Nvidia before reporting very important information? What should you pay attention to? First, you need to pay attention to volatility. Just take a look at it. Right now, I will increase the number of expiration dates. We'll choose more and see what happens under the volatility of 143. Also, we'll increase the strikes on volatility smiles. Just look at this. The nearest volatility is 143. What does this say about what the movement will be incredibly large? Prices are factoring in movement on the Nvidia of more than 10. Also, you need to pay attention to the chain of prices, what is happening in the prices, see what a huge external application is. It's made up of this crazy volatility. Also, please pay attention to the volatility smile. More precisely, the smirk. See, prices are skewed towards puts, meaning put volatility is higher than call volatility. Anyone professional will understand what's going on immediately. Also, please pay attention to the 3D visualization of volatility on Nvidia. Just look at this huge mountain. Anyone who understands options well will understand everything immediately. Now I'm going to explain it to you. I remind you that I'm conducting an experiment to outperform the indices, including the S&P 500. And at the moment, I have a fairly serious position focused on Nvidia. The position is quite complex. At the end of the video, I'll show you how it can be structured, how you can play this report and make money on Nvidia. But before that, let's get back to the data. So I need to carefully calculate where and how Nvidia can go. Let's start with the graphics. First, I'll remind you of my philosophy. I don't predict price move. I don't know where the stock will go. If you came here to find out where the stock will go up or down, I want to disappoint you. I don't know, and I'll immediately say anyone who says they know is lying. Nobody knows. So the question, how do you make money? You can make money by skillfully managing positions, which is what I do. You can watch all my previous videos where I explain how to build options positions skillfully and outperform any stock. Volatility is just off the charts. Therefore, if I can't predict price movement, I must skillfully form a portfolio and positions, which we'll do now. First, let's look at volatility. Let's expand it a bit to 6 months. And we see that volatility is just off the charts, especially the nearest volatility. Let's go back to 1 month. Also add more expiration dates here too. Friends, the picture is beginning to clear up. You just look at it the more. Also, I'm looking at the 3D volatility visualization. Here, everything becomes clear to me immediately. How can this be played? In short, look, assuming volatility this week is 146, for example. For 3 months, volatility is only 60. What does this mean? It means we have a difference between 143 and 61. Therefore, these are the exact funds we'll put in our pocket. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Again, I don't know where the price is heading, and that's not important in principle. You can earn solely on this volatility difference. But for this, you need to have deep knowledge and understanding of options, how to build a position correctly. Possibly, this will be a calendar proportional strategy, meaning we will be buying and selling options with different expiration dates, different strikes, plus possibly adding more stocks for delta neutrality. The position can be very complex, and managing it will also be very complex. I won't touch on fundamental analysis of Nvidia right now because, my friends, your goal is to make money on Nvidia, and fundamental analysis won't give you anything. I guarantee you. It's just empty talk. Yes, I can show you the report campaign right now. Of course, we can go to Nvidia's official website and even look at their report, any report, delve into these figures in detail. I can break it all down for you. We can also analyze this beautiful presentation from Nvidia where they show how much everything has grown, what cool increases we'll have in the cars, what growth they predict, and everything else. As you can see, there are a lot of formulas here. Everything is very beautiful, no calculations. Look at these beautiful graphs. I can, of course, break it all down in detail. You can read it yourself, what wonderful indicators they have. Again, I have no doubt about the success of this stock, as we can see. Everything is growing very well. Yes, very, very good numbers. Incredibly, everything is fine. The presentation is over. I could talk about it a lot. But friends, believe me, this does not affect the stock price in any way. All these reports, it's good, but your task is to make money. My friends, that's what it's all about. You somehow have to play on volatility. How to play, I'll tell you now. And as for the presentation, it's not a secret at all. Just go to their official website and everything is detailed here if you want to see this presentation, of course, but it doesn't affect anything special. By studying volatility in detail, by studying the volatility smirk in detail, what can we put together? Let's see. And now the disclaimer, I've built a real strategy, which I will disclose and manage but never repeat after me. All my positions are fictitious. They are virtual, made on a virtual account. Never repeat this. You will definitely lose money if you repeat the strategy without professional knowledge. Never repeat it. Let's look at the strategy. Such a strategy. I won't dwell on the essence, but as you can see, I'm selling several near options just under the belt and quite far, as you can see. The strategy is quite far-reaching. This is 800 and 620 in the strategy. I also have their put sold. The strategy is for a longer term. Let's look at the incredible efficiency profile. Are you ready to see it? And now the magic, and the magic is that with this strategy, we can't lose. Yes, even though the maximum shows a loss of 5,500, but this is for our near date. As you can see, if we stretch it, then as you can see, there is no loss here in principle. Let's make a bigger move, and voila. What happens? Anyone who understands options sees that there's a profile everywhere. The minimum profile for us will be at 700, also at 550, and further, if the stock flies very far down, we'll get a whopping $100,000. If up, then we'll also get money. If it stops, okay, we also get money, my friends. That's what professionalism is. Professionalism is not about drawing waves. It's not about drawing arrows up or down. It's not about drawing arrows here and there. My friends, it's not professionalism. You can throw them all into the trash. Unsubscribe from all those who tell you about it. But this is professionalism. Comparing this with this. See, I just studied volatility. I sat and studied volatility and built a lossless strategy, profit, probability of profit, my friends, 100%. Where have you seen such a thing? I tell you, you haven't seen it anywhere. An interesting position. Yes, but I'll immediately say that this position needs to be managed. If you open it, and if during the report the shorts will go, and you can't manage it. Because here you can have a loss in the near future, but it will be extremely small. Look, the maximum loss, it's literally, for today, the maximum loss is very small, $2,000. For tomorrow, it's almost none. The day after tomorrow, it's also almost none. That's what it is. But again, here you need to calculate everything correctly because some options are for a longer term, and this combination works only together, never individually, but at the right moment, you will need to close, open and show, possibly add, possibly hedge. Yes, you will need to hedging options. Sounds scary, but it happens too. If you have any questions, be sure to write in the comments, write to me by email. I'll answer all your questions. I'm already leading, outperforming several stocks. This is AMS. I also have an outperforming S&P 500 if needed. Open some new strategies, for example. You want to see how I open a strategy on Nvidia and how I manage it. Again, all live. Each video will be recorded. Write this down. It can be organized. Again, as for CP 500, I don't predict SEC 500 movement, but I want everyone to be careful because I personally have hedged very well. Again, skillfully, portfolio from falling. Suddenly, we have a fall. In the recession, everything in my portfolio is hedged. Trust the market. Yes, I trust the market, but check and hedge, what I advise you to do. In conclusion, I'll say that at the moment I'm looking at Nvidia more bearishly. Yes, I can't predict. But the overall position in all the portfolios I manage is currently not delta neutral, but directed downwards. What does this mean that I'm looking at Nvidia in a bearish way? But again, if it starts to rise, I'll have everything under control. I've also recorded another video about the super microcomputer. I've also talked about a very good strategy through options. Check it out. This video will be very useful.